Okay, boy, has it been a long time since I've made a tutorial. I'm sorry about that, but I've been working on so many projects, and I hope to have them done for you pretty soon. This is one of them. It's a Star Wars fan film that I've been talking about, and I'm going to enter it in the Atom Films competition, which is due in May, so it'll be done with pretty soon. Here's a shot, and let's go to one of the cameras here. And so as you can see in this shot, we have Palpatine walking down the steps, Emperor Palpatine from, and this is the throne room from Return of the Jedi. And he goes and he talks to somebody off camera, and then he says a few lines, and then he walks off. All right. So let's say I'm going to show you some little quick animation tips, which I found on various animation DVDs and whatnot. So let's say that I'm done blocking this, and now I want to start fine-tuning his facial animations. Well, if I want to go to my perspective view, and let's say I go to a frame down here, I don't want to have to zoom, manually zoom in and keep looking at his face because he keeps moving. As you can see, as you go through the animation, he keeps moving around. So in order to do this easily, I've created a camera here and pointed it right at his face, and I parented it to his head bone here. So now if we look at that view from that camera, now wherever he moves, no matter how dynamic the action is in the scene, the camera is always pointing right at his face. So now I can go ahead in here, bring up his morph mixer, and I can go ahead and start messing. See, I can start messing with his facial animation here. If I wanted certain morphs to be done on certain frames, and I can go ahead and start messing around with that. Alright, and of course this is not going to be in the final product here. So alright, so that is one tip that I found to be pretty useful. And if we were to go here, Lightwave has this. We could, for example, in Lightwave, we could select the head bone, and in Lightwave you have this little target icon here, and when you select that, the view is always going to orbit from around. It's always going to follow that, so you can still orbit around that. The advantage of this is that you can orbit around this thing. The disadvantage is that if you select something else, as you can see I selected something else, your view is going to snap to that item. So you can use the camera technique because you can use the camera technique using any 3D software. You can have multiple cameras in there. Alright. Oh, I hope my Lightwave isn't crashing now. There we go. Okay, so that's one thing, and let's go to another item. This scene unfortunately doesn't show it off too well, but let's get a more dynamic scene here that will show off some more action. Alright, so here's General Grievous coming down the steps. You can't see it, there's a big flaming particle system in front of him here. So let's just kind of play this animation here. And then he kind of walks and comes at the camera. Now this animation isn't completely done yet, but so if you're looking at this animation, you're thinking, there's something about it I don't quite like. I'm not sure what it is. What you can do is, I found this from the Jurassic Park DVDs actually, is sometimes if you watch the animation in reverse, it actually cues you in to some of the animation mistakes. Again, this one doesn't really, I'm not sure if I like that, the way the hands work, but sometimes it gives you this different perspective, and I found that really helps out. So you can just go back and forth playing it forwards and in reverse, and I think that it really helps to kind of isolate some of those animation problems. So I hope these little quick tips help you in your animation.